You better believe I hit the button immediately. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the hotel room. Not my hotel room. Welcome to, well, I guess, I'm here. It's my hotel room. It's all my equipment to do everything right. I just like to apologize in advance for all of the things that go terribly wrong when I forget to plug something in. I'm an idiot, you know? And now I'm going to try to talk Cowboys football with you, my best friends, on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch. And I'm going to do it with my football dad sitting over my left shoulder, like 6 feet away. So if I say something stupid, I'll know that I'm being judged by my football dad. And he's like, God, that is not what happened at practice yesterday. And I'm like, son of a bitch. But anyway, I got my little notebook. It's actually my vibes journal, but there are some blank pages in the back. So I was able to write some stuff. I was able to write some things down. Don't start yet. I'm on the ad. Oh, whatever. All right, here's what we're doing today. They haven't practiced yet. They haven't done anything yet. But I'm here. And so I was like, I can come up with some crap to talk to y'all about before practice starts. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do position battles of relevance in Jeff's brain. And what we saw in yesterday's practice. KG's in the super chat. When will the big three get paid in your opinion? CeeDee Lamb will get paid this week. Dak will get paid. Brian, is Dak going to get paid before the season starts? And Parsons will get paid after he's been franchise tagged twice. And then they'll pay him $78 million a year because they waited 3 years too long. That's what will happen to Parsons. But CD will get paid this week. Believe it. What can Rico do to start over Zeke? Or is there nothing that will take Zeke out of RB1? Okay, here's my Zeke thing. You guys ready for my Zeke thing? Let me tell you something that I don't like doing. I don't like being a hater, and I don't like being mean to people. Zeke's just out here, just being another player, just minding his business, going to work, and doing his job. It's not his fault that the Joneses and McCarthy know him and love him so much, and that they're going to try to force him to be RB1, even though he's probably about done being good at football. It's not his fault, so I don't want to be mean to him. But what I will say is that yesterday, if there was ever a play with the first team in that went for some yards and you went, oh, the running back's got a little juice, it was Rico. And only Rico. And so that's one of the two positions that I think are interesting enough to watch practice and just see what all the different guys have. And I think they're going to watch and see what all the different guys have and be like, are we good enough at this? Or do we got to do something? And D-tackle is the other one. Because when you go out there and Osa plays, Osa's good. He's fine. We like Osa. And Mozzie's out there and you're like, yeah. And then when Mozzie comes off the field and Carl Davis goes on, you're like, okay, that guy hadn't really played NFL football in some years. He's probably about done. And the backup 3 technique is Chauncey Golston, and then the offense is kind of running the ball up the middle, and you're going, okay, I don't know if we're good enough at defensive tackle. So those are the things that we got to figure out. And maybe they are good enough for running back, but they won't let other guys have a real shot at it because you're going to get Zeke reps and Rico reps. You're going to get Royce Freeman reps. You know the running back that's probably safe and on the roster, even though he doesn't apply as the rest of them do? Lipke. I think Hunter's on the team, right? Hunter's on the team. Don't worry, I'm just looking over my shoulder at football dad. Because he does fullbacky stuff. So Lipke will be on the team. Rico and Zeke will be on the team. Maybe they keep one more. So good luck to Deuce Vaughn, Royce Freeman, Nathaniel Pete, and whoever else you like. I think you're probably kind of competing for practice squads spots. Daniel Escobar in the super chat. Thank you. I love you. Other things. No, there's no party at Jeff's while I'm gone. Stay away from my house, you jerks. Running backs. You guys know I love my wide receivers, so I just want to shout out to number 13, Tyron Billy Johnson. He's 28 years old and has never really stuck in the NFL. But he's got a little something. Which means he's probably Dennis Houston, Nathan Vasher, whoever. Was that Nathan Vasher? Was that what was Vasher's first name? Vasher, because there was a corner that was Vasher too back in the day. Whatever. It's probably just the wide receiver that shows up and makes some plays. And we're like, oh, yeah, that's really fun. And then they're like, all right, well, he's on the practice squad. But the wide receivers are fun to watch. We need CeeDee Lamb out here. You know who hadn't done anything? And I was walking around the practice field and I was watching him on the jugs machine. He looks good. He's putting in the work. When he's running a route by himself, he looks good. He looks fast. He looks explosive, et cetera, et cetera. I ain't seen Brandon Cooks do anything. I don't think Brandon Cooks had a catching team yesterday. I don't even know if he was in team yesterday. I didn't even notice him. You got random dudes that are popping up and making an occasional play. Billy Johnson's making plays. What number are you holding up? What hand are you holding up? Incomplete? Oh, yeah, he got sacked. Yeah. It's like Brandon Cooks. I haven't really seen anything. And I don't know. Maybe it's fine and who cares? But you get an occasional Jalen Cropper, Racy McMath, Jalen Brooks, Kelvin Harmon made a play. You get an occasional everything. And I'm just like, I thought Brandon Cooks was the given. And like, you just have 4 or 5 plays out there where Brandon Cooks makes a catch, but hadn't really done anything. It's also one day in pads, so don't worry about anything yet, okay? I'm just telling you. Let's see. Jeff, who from the 2021 draft class will be cut this season? What? Make me look up a 2021 draft class. Cowboys draft. I'll tell you who's getting cut. I'll cut everybody. Micah Parsons is probably not getting cut. Kelvin Joseph also won't be getting cut because he's not here. Chauncey Golston won't be getting cut because they don't have any defensive tackles, so they're having to make him be one. Nashawn Wright will not be getting cut because through one day in pads, he made some plays yesterday. Jabril Cox won't be getting cut because he's not here. Josh Ball could get cut. He is here. Don't know why, but he is. Simi Fioco's not here. Bohana's not here. Mukwamu is here. Ooh. He won't get cut. They don't make sounds at me. There's a wild Brian Broaddus in the corner that just goes, Hot take. Cowboys media mogul says Cooks is washed. Maybe. He got going as last year got going. I don't know, because here's the wild card. Right now, the DBs are better than the wide receivers. And that's just that. So here's what we get to do, because it's training camp and it's one practice. You get to pick. It's choose your own adventure. Oh, where's my hot dog or bun?
Oh, this is a hot dog bun. I think it's a hot dog, too.
You get to choose. Is the Cowboys secondary awesome? Or do the Cowboys wide receivers suck? That's what you get to do. You get to pick whichever one you want to do. Jeff, how does Steele look at right tackle? Let me tell you a secret. Here's the problem with how I watched practice yesterday. I'm on the sideline. Everything that they did with team, offense was on this side, defense is on this side, going that way. Everything. Which means, you know what I saw? The left tackle, the left guard, center, receivers out here, DBs out here. I couldn't really see what was happening with Terrence Steele, but I don't recall sacks in team happening from the right side. It was more from the left side when Awesome Richards was in, which I don't like to single people out. Awesome Richards didn't have a good day. That's all I'm saying. Didn't have a good day. Turns out that Micah Parsons is better than Awesome Richards. So that can't be Brian's room. He makes his bed first thing in the morning. His bed is kind of made, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, I told him not to.
No.
He was like, I'm going to make my bed. And I was
KRLD.
Oh,
KRLD card. I was making the bed.
Oh, he was making the bed.
And then you started your video.
And then KRLD called and he had to do a radio hit. And like when I heard him saying, "You got it, guys," and knew that he was wrapping up, I just hit go live. He wanted to have
Watch
the bed.
this.
Live coverage of Brian Broaddus making his bed in the hotel room. I got to tell you, the rollaway bed, not as awful as you'd think. But I do think it's exactly 6 feet long, and I'm 6'3". So my feet are just off the edge on the rollaway bed. There's Chase in the chat. I saw him at the Rudder Room last night. We had a beer and a fireball. We had a time at the Rudder Room. A lot of talk about left tackle, but little about the right. Well, naturally, there's more interest in the left tackle because he's a first-round pick. Or, when is he going to get to be on the first team? Who will be our starting linebackers for the majority of the season if all stay healthy? Eric Kendricks, Overshown, or Clark?
Probably those three.
Damone Clark, linebackers is another group that's going to be really fun to watch because I know people like Leafau and Zimmer probably likes him too. Zimmer loves Clark. I came into camp hoping not to see a lot of Damone Clark because I felt like last year I saw enough Damone Clark and I was just like, yeah, whatever, meh. And then I tell you what, he kept popping up in my eyeballs yesterday. Damone Clark. Maybe Damone Clark looks a little better when somebody else is in the middle running things. So we'll keep watching the linebackers today and we'll party. All right. We got to go. I got to go. He's not doing a video. This is just me. It's just me. Brian like a little Pokemon in the back, just poking around. We'll see you guys after practice. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everyone. I love you. Be easy. Bye. Look at Brian making that bed. Looking good. That room does have, that bed's got room for two, I think.
No.
What?
No.